I'm Nyesha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Good morning. And we're back with the challenge. As you know, I'm McKenzie Seldon, and I'm very excited to be able to talk to a good friend of mine, Charity Chambers, about the good things that are going on for Hartford and what the young people are doing to make this movement and make a difference. Good morning.
Good morning, Mackenzie.
So, Charity, I'm so excited to see you.
Yes,
I wasn't
been a long
expecting
time coming.
It sure has,
Yes.
and does. So tell me, I know that you have your Empowering Leaders program, organization?
Emerging Leaders Network.
Emerging Leaders Network.
ELN, abbreviated. We are a group of young, affluent professionals, 7 of us, me, myself, State Representative Brandon McGee, Thomas Clark, who works in the mayor's office, Eddie Brown, who has Total Grind Entertainment and does public relations. We have Aisha Clark, who works in the tax revenue office, Tiana Hercules, who's a lawyer, and lastly we have Chaz Gatewood, who works for OPP.
Wonderful. Now I heard that you're resurrecting the African American Day Parade.
Yes, we're resurrecting it.
Wonderful. But I really want to know about this thing that y'all have coming up called The Purge.
Yes.
Now when I saw it, I'm like, The Purge? Is that a movie? But I'm like, empowering women. I'm like, well, what's going on? Tell me all about that. When is it starting? When can we go?
The Purge will be next Saturday, November 23rd, at the Downtown Hartford Convention Center, starting at 6:30 p.m.
Okay, so perfect. People are going to go do their shopping and then come down there afterwards.
And it ends at 9:30. So if you young women wanted to go out after, this is something that you still have time. Basically, The Purge is my baby. It's a launch that I'm doing with my company, CAC Enterprise, LLC. It's a spinoff of my passion of women, me being myself. I want to kind of target young women and older women in one room of empowering through testimonial, conversation, and just purging out what a person's been through, stories, good or bad, and how that can be more empowering than a workshop, than, just a classroom setting. It's an in-depth conversation. It's an intimate gathering, and that's exactly young being a state of mind. That's kind of the approach that I'm going with it.
Wonderful. And what can young women expect at this forum?
4 key things that I'm steering around. It's strengthen, it's surrender, it's submit, and it's sacrifice. A lot of the time we as women feel, and speaking of me, we have no one to turn to. And sometimes we turn in the directions of a wrong path, whether it be a man or whether it be the outside, whether it be your peers who are your same group of friends, or it's just by yourself in your own isolation. Instead of being isolated, come to The Purge, because we have a voice. We are social beings, and we are women who we can empower one another just by being together in a room. And I feel like the energy is contagious enough for us to say, hey, I cried. Hey, I'm not perfect. Hey, I got this wig on and it looks cute. Hey, I got a little lip gloss on. But we're women, and we can stand together through anything.
And I totally agree with all that you just said right there, Charity, because women, especially in this day and age, need that extra push of motivation and empowerment to realize that we do have something special about us, that we are a force to be reckoned with.
Right.
And we're seeing a lot of young women out here today, the images that are given through the media, it's very hard to have that self-confidence and self-worth about yourself.
That's very true. And to segue into what you mentioned about the media, a lot of the times, me personally being marketing and marketing research, a lot of the times media is perceived as reality, and especially in our young women today. And young being a state of mind, older women as well. A lot of times we're picturing a fairy tale image that'll never happen, but we can actually make our fairy tale through our personal life experience and the choices we choose daily. And sometimes I feel as though when we have young women who are on YouTube now, in this day and age where we have technology where you can YouTube your 3-year-old daughter being Nicki Minaj, or your little old your daughter Beyonce dance move, is okay. We are not looking at the structure. It's funny, it's cute, it's ha ha ha, but what are we planting the seed at? And the seed has to be, okay, this is fun, this is dancing, but this is school, and this is reality. So I want to link that gap between young women who are afraid to just speak to anyone and say, hey, I like your clothes, I like your shoes, I want to give you a compliment. And I think that is encouraging. I think a smile, a gesture, a wink of the eye can uplift anyone. And I want to target that area where is that gray fine line where a young woman at home can't speak to mom because these subjects aren't talked about or addressed, or even in school, middle, elementary, and or even a workplace setting. I was working somewhere where I was the minority there. And who do I go to offer work to address, just African American culture in a corporate America, and it's hard when I feel like I was alone. So I isolated myself from the world, from my peers, because I felt like the key word, no one understands me. When in fact, we really all can understand each other just by talking and opening our mouths and choosing the words that come out.
Exactly. And as a young, as young Black women, it is harder for us because a lot of times, like you said, you are the only minority in your job, and you might be the only woman in your profession, on top of that. So that definitely brings barriers and obstacles that it's good that you're trying to teach others how to overcome them. Right.
I really want to make a key point that sometimes we put barriers on ourselves. And sometimes we see an image and we want to work toward that when we actually have that attribute, we have that characteristic inside us. And I want women to know, whoever you want to be, the best brand, the best you that you can be, you can. You can do it. And I can help you do it. And I want to help you do it. And I will help you do it, And it's that area where it's like, what are the barriers? Tell me them. I'm going to write them down and you write them down. Let's use principles that will actually help us to our goals, And I feel as though I don't have all the answers, but you may have a word or a phrase that came out and stuck out to me that we can both work on. I don't have the answers, you don't have the answers, but together we can, two heads are better than one.
They are.
That phrase didn't come from anywhere.
Exactly. Exactly.
So that's what I'm really trying to cover. I a lot of the times I went to a lot of conferences within this year just to get some homework and some research on empowerment, because I don't have it all, but one thing that I realized with being empowered and going to forums and workshops, and I didn't really get to hear what was going on and how did these wonderful affluent women get there.
Exactly.
I know about health and wellness. I can know about financial advice. I can know about just getting to the goal. But how did you get there?
Personally get there.
You're the president. You're the CEO now. You're working at a career job. But how did you get your resume to be formatted to be on there? What words did you put on there? And it's just, how did you get there? Did you cry? Because sometimes our perceptions and our character, our weight on our sleeve, where the impression can sometimes be swayed. And you put on a blazer, you put your clothes on, and you're already, perceived as a different level or a different person. But I want you to know that I could take this off and I'm crying too at home. And I want women to know that it's okay to cry. It's okay to not like a situation, but pick up. The next day is coming and you can arise. Like, we can arise together.
Yes, and women, we always think that we are strong, and you're right. It's okay to cry.
Right, and we
are
strong.
Weaknesses,
we go through
trials.
Trials. We're children. I think we're strong. Like, our body are physically strong.
Exactly.
A man can have a child, but a woman can't for 9 months. So let's purge that out. What happened at motherhood? Mm-hmm. Postpartum depression happens on women, and that's a medically a genetic saying, they call it. Postpartum depression. But how is that? Where does that stem from?
Exactly. And how do women get through that if they never talk to other women that have dealt with that?
Exactly.
And I think the personal stories will definitely, I think they're going to hit home with a lot of women.
Right.
To be able to, like you said, give them that encouragement that I did it, you can do it. This is how I got through. Maybe you can take some of what I learned and apply that to yourself, and you make your own way, because everybody's going to have to make their own way.
Exactly. And what works for me can't work for you, or can work for you.
Exactly.
But the tool and that niche word that kind of stood out, you can flip it and make it your own. And that's why, flip it and make it your own mark. And one thing that I really noticed too is that when we come of ourselves, it's a blossoming effect, like a flower. You're glowing, you're smiling, and that's what we women we supposed to be. You can smell us a mile away because you're just beautiful inside, and it comes internally.
Yes.
Because when you love yourself inside, it's going to flourish outside.
Exactly.
And I want young women to know, old and young, that we can flourish together, especially in the Greater Hartford area community.
Yes.
Let's start here. You know, a lot of the times we live here and then we dance around our community and then we talk about our community and don't actually help our community. It takes leg work. It takes getting dirty.
It does.
You know, it takes mentoring. It takes, you know, just others to persevere through it. And I think that's one thing I want to emphasize on. I will have topics on health and wellness, and I will have topics on self-esteem and self-reflection and, you know, a lot of things that, you know, key points, but I want the main focus to be an intimate gathering, an intimate conversation.
Now also, Cherry, as far as with your own organizations that you're running and then that you have with your other group, how can people be involved with you?
Well, we can be with the African American Parade and the EL and Emerging Leaders Network. We have our Gmail at africanamericanparade@gmail.com. Okay. Me personally, I have my email at cacenterprise88@gmail.com. We are one entity. And when I say that, I'm saying I'm working with the African American Parade. I have the Purge. We together, there's no I in team. But collectively, we can do so much more than just one voice. One voice is good, and it's for the majority. Exactly. And that's what I really want to get at. That's what I want to get at. We can do it all together. It can be so many events going on. We can sponsor each other. You know, we can do things. It's really not an I and I do this, I that. We collectively do a lot of things together, and I love the group that I'm working with because they help me help them. And, you know, if I don't know what the needs are and the demands are, I won't know how to structure what is entailed. So.
And that seems like the formula to pretty much get bigger. You know,
right.
Networking is the main thing that you have to do.
Networking is huge.
And if I can help you and you can help me, then we can find somebody else who can help us too. And then
we
can go help them. Exactly.
Right. This is the starting point, you know.
Wonderful. And I'm glad that, like I said, that you're able to do these networking programs and be able to reach out to, like you said, the communities that we grow up in, that we are around all the time. We're not outside trying to now look inside the box when we were just in the box.
Right.
And that's really important.
Now that is key. That is really key. That is really key.
So now you said next Saturday, November 23rd.
Next Saturday, November 23rd.
Is it free? Does it cost anything?
It costs $10.
Okay, wonderful.
However, I'm actually helping a drive for, you know, the holidays is coming up. So bring a canned good. If you're not able to attend because of the $10, we want everyone.
Yeah.
Still come. Because empowerment is helping us all, and I don't want any finances or cost to be a barrier to that.
Wonderful.
Convention Center, downtown Hartford, 6:30 next Saturday.
That's good. Now also, lastly, just to reiterate, your flyers, are they up around the community?
Yes.
I know I saw something in the Northern Agent.
Yes.
So we want to check you out there as well.
Yes, the Northern Agent is a phenomenal partner that I'm working along with. They're having their 40-year anniversary next year. Rebranding, regrouping, redevelopment, new innovative minds. They have the Real Talk going on. Sasha Allen, a personal friend of mine, Yolanda Allen, they are doing some phenomenal work. So you can check out a Northern Agent near you. You can check out all the local communities in the Greater Hartford area. I'm reaching also to a lot of my shelters for women, My Sister's Place. We have St. Angies Home in West Hartford. So a lot of things that I'm working with, as well as the elementary, middle, and high schools. Good, good. You have to branch out, and that's really important. Yes. I'm so proud of you. It's women everywhere. Yes. Who runs the girl? Who wants the world? Yes, right. Girls. Exactly, exactly. So, yes, I'm very proud of you. You know, I've known you from high school, so I'm just like, like, this girl's doing so much, you know, so many wonderful things. It's very inspiring. So, you know, if you need anything, you can always call me, and I'm down to help always. So, yeah, so we got the Purge coming up. Yes. We had African American Day Parade, resurrection of that. That's next year. Next year, September. Okay, wonderful. 2014. That will be that's our projected date. Great. We will have our next meeting in December, TBA on the location and time. However, we're implementing every month to get the community involved, Our meetings are held at the Hartford Public Library,
Okay.
Albany Avenue branch. We'll be dispersing a lot of marketing campaigns and as well as sponsorship to save the date. So people will know to look forward to these dates,
Exactly.
our fundraisers, our events. We want to involve the community. So it's just not about seven minds resurrecting. It's about
Yes.
bringing that linkage to Jackie Bryan and Grand Marshals who paved that way. We just want to say, listen, here's the homage and thank you, and we need you to keep on board because we want to get this innovative thing going.
Well, I'm excited to see the things that are coming up now, the things that are coming up for the future, and I wish you the best of luck
Thank
in
you,
everything
McKenzie.
that you have in the endeavors that you have going on. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful show. Thank you for stopping by. Check out Charity, check out The Purge next Saturday, the 23rd. Make sure that you support them and get involved. Young people, we need to get involved to make our communities better. Thanks for coming by to the challenge. Stay blessed. Bye-bye now.